Hello, everyone. Welcome. This is Andrea Shear, and I'm here representing 1440 Multiversity in the Santa Cruz Mountains. And today I have the total joy of introducing you, if you don't already know him, to Robert Peng, who is a Qigong master and healer. And he will be coming to 1440 Multiversity this October 2019. And just to say a little bit about him before we start, Robert was born and raised in Hunan, China. And as I said, is a world-renowned Qigong master and healer. He began studying this ancient Chinese art of wisdom, love, and vitality at the age of 8 under the legendary monk Xiao Yao. And at 15, I want to ask him more about this later for sure. Robert performed a 100-day water fast at a secluded monastery in the mountains of the Hunan province and underwent a profound spiritual transformation. And at 29, he began teaching and has helped hundreds of thousands of people find peace, health, happiness, and creativity through the art and practice of Qigong. So welcome, Robert.
Thank you. Thank you, Andrea.
Thank you for being here. And I should also say that he's coming to 1440 for 2 different workshops. The first is Guardian Qigong for Health, and that's October 4th through 6th, 2019. And then immediately following, Qigong Empowerments for Wisdom, Love, and Vitality, which is October 6th through 11th, a little bit longer.
Actually, 3. I have one before that. That is the Sanskrit Gathering.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, I'll be the presenters there in Sanskrit Gathering a week before my own workshop.
Oh, incredible.
Even more.
You are a busy man. I love it.
Thank you.
Cool. Well, okay, so for people who are listening who, like myself, like I've heard Qigong mentioned so many times, and I never really thought like, oh, wait, what actually is it? Like if you haven't practiced it, you probably don't know. So tell us about Qi and what Qigong is as an art form.
Yeah. Well, Qigong, I think, is starting to get known more and more now in Western world. Like nearly 20 years ago when I first started teach Qigong in Australia.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was trying to explain what Qigong is. They have no idea. They have no idea. And but I think if I say, do you know Tai Chi? Almost everybody knows. Yeah, because even if you haven't practiced Tai Chi, you heard about it. Yeah. So actually, Tai Chi and Qigong, they are like in one family.
Okay.
In a broad sense, the Tai Chi is part of Qigong. But Tai Chi about 8 schools, but for Qigong we have 3,000 schools. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So Tai Chi can be considered as a special group of Qigong. Tai Chi is more moving the body to flow the Qi. Qigong is more focusing on some energy channel. They work on the energy channel. What is Qi? Yeah, Qi is a life force. Yeah, Qi is the energy that make everything as it's supposed to be. Like a piece of paper, may say the wholeness of the Qi of this piece of paper there, when you tear it, that part of the Qi is broken. Yeah, there's no more the same.
Well, so you're saying there's Qi in paper, actually.
Yeah, everything has Qi. Qi is the energy. Yeah, Qi is the energy. Qi is like prana in India in yoga practice. Yeah, so we just name it differently. It's life force floating inside everything, not only the living things, but also the like we have crystals, we have mountain Qi, we have sun Qi, we have earth Qi. Sun Qi is more yang and earth Qi is more yin, so they have the balance. So when we practice Qigong, we try to cultivate this energy to balance internally, because we have many energy centers. Like the energy center that more associated and connected inside our head, the center of the head, that energy is associated with wisdom. So when your Qi is strong and healthy here, then you feel more wise. You feel more guided when you do something. It's like you have a good GPS inside the head, right?
Exactly.
Or you know when you're going to turn this way, the other way in your life.
So it's also like your sense of intuition, and you're just sense
Yeah,
of clarity.
yeah,
Nice. Yeah.
intelligence, intuition, clairvoyance, they're
Yeah.
all here. Western world like to say it's a third eye. Okay. In
Mm-hmm.
my understanding, it is not third eye. It should be called first eye. Yeah,
Oh,
because
really?
all the things started from here.
Right.
Then our eyes, our ears, lips, all the skins, noses, these are the extension of that core center.
Okay.
So it's like a processing center. Yeah. And we call it upper dantian,
Okay.
associated with the wisdom. Then we have another energy center, or say chi center, is centered in the center of a chest. We call it wheel of love, middle dantian.
Mm-hmm.
So here uh, is connected, is collecting the chi associated with the loving and
Mm-hmm.
feeling loved. Yeah. And the extension are our arms. When you meet an old friend, or
Mm-hmm.
you want to hug them, right? Yeah. Because they're expressing you chi.
Mm-hmm.
You feel it's not enough without arms. Yeah. You will
Mm-hmm.
hug them with your legs and feet. Why? Because that part is for vitality. That's another third energy center in the lower torso. They are the center of vitality, prismatic, all this sexual energy,
Mm-hmm.
birth energy associated there. Yeah. So we
Nice.
have three energy centers: wisdom, love, and vitality. When you're
Nice.
strong, you're guided, you're loving, you're vital. When it's weak, you're disoriented, you're depressed, and you are having no uh, energy to move the body. Yeah. So
Got it.
what do we practice to empower them? The thing is that sometimes they're not harmonized. Say, for example, you may have someone who is very powerful here,
Mm-hmm.
loving, yeah,
Yeah.
but if here is not so developed,
Mm.
what will happen? Yeah, if you have this neighbor having this type, they might be very adorable, loving person, but meanwhile can be annoying maybe.
Right.
Yeah, they may knock at your door, wake up from deep sleep at night, midnight, and telling you very excitedly how to cope with insomnia. Right?
You're like,
Run time, yeah. So
yeah.
they don't have the good guidance.
Mm.
Or reversely, if someone is very wise and intelligent, if they do business, they may earn good money and successful. But here, if it is not so developed, they feel depressed.
Mm.
Each they are not happy persons. Yeah.
Right.
Or lower than 10 if it is strong, very strong here, but here is disoriented.
Mm.
You're in the army and your officer is this type, very strong, lower than 10 chi, but weak upper than 10 chi. I suggest you flee as soon as you can. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah, because they always take actions before they think. Yeah.
Right.
So when they are not harmonized, there's always
Mm.
some issues. So
Yeah.
there's when we practice, we have another energy channel called central meridian
Mm.
connected with the top head and your perineum,
Mm.
crossing all these three dantians.
Mm.
They are compensating each other. Meanwhile, they expand, going up to
Mm.
connect heaven chi,
Mhm.
going down to connect earth chi. So
Mhm.
central meridian is the one to make us fit in with this vast, vast ocean of the energy. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to pause you for a second because I'm so curious. So this isn't like a metaphor, like I'm connecting to the earth chi or the chi of the sky. It's like it's more literal, like the field of energy, like you're literally
Yeah,
connecting.
it's not just metaphor,
It's
it
not
is
just
true.
metaphor. Right.
Yeah, it is true.
Yeah.
Well, it is true that when we have the practice, you do feel the expansive,
Mm.
inspirational heaven chi
Yeah.
boost you up.
Mm.
And so, well, don't be shy when we bring awareness to the central meridian.
Mhm.
We become to be the center of the universe.
Mm.
The whole universe is made up of with a mind.
Mhm.
Yeah. But we're thinking, oh, the center of the universe is somewhere else, 20,000 like light years somewhere. No, it is here. Yeah,
Ah,
it is right here. So
wow.
all our practice is to balance these four energy channels.
Mm.
We have good days and we have bad days, but
Sure.
we're practicing Qigong every day.
Mm.
Every day can be a good day. Yeah.
Absolutely. Um, so I want to back up then. So I have an 8-year-old boy. I have an 8-year-old and a 12-year-old, but I'm thinking, my goodness, like I couldn't imagine my 8-year-old learning these kinds of skills. Like, can you share some of your story about how you came to meet this teacher and what
Mm,
was happening in your life at that time?
sure, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, for a lot of like this kind of lineage, it normally they pass from the family, but
Mm,
my parents doesn't practice this.
okay.
My master was a monk. Yeah.
Mm,
When I was 8, it was 1972,
mm,
and it is the peak time of Chinese Cultural Revolution. Have you heard about it? Yeah, we call it 10 years disaster,
yeah.
starting from 1966 to 1976.
Mm,
A lot of things were destroyed, especially the traditional cultures.
mm,
And meanwhile, the religions were banned. And my master, he was a monk, and
mm,
he grew up in the monastery. Even him, he was driven away from the monastery.
wow.
So he wandered along the river and find a very humble job in my hometown, which is an iron and steel plant, is a factory.
Okay.
So he found a humble job as a boiler room attendant
Wow.
in a hotel, in a
Mm,
resort hotel. Well, long story short, I got sick. I had very severe
mm,
chest pain when I was 8, so I had to quit school.
wow.
Staying at home, which was very boring.
Mm, oh my
So I
gosh.
wandered out, and then I went to his boiler room.
Mm,
I peeked into the door, and I saw a middle-aged man was shoveling the coal
mm,
beautifully. Then he turned around and greeted me.
mm,
That was my master.
wow.
He looked like middle-aged, like my age now, but
Yeah.
at that time he was already like 85 years old.
Wow.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So he has a million reasons to be a very resented, angry person, but I never seen him to be angry. Yeah.
Mm.
Except one time when I was in a street fight. After, because when that's how we started. Of course, then we greet each other. He was like a hermit. Nobody knew him. He was a
Mm,
legendary healer, but meanwhile
mm.
a very powerful martial artist. He
Wow.
can disable a fierce animal, but just with his bare hand, just freeze that
Wow.
wild bull. Yeah. But sometimes when I went to the zoo,
Mm-hmm.
and he may use his energy to
Mm.
communicate with lion, with monkey, and make them queue in line, like in a circus show. That is the first time we met. So he's an amazing person. So I started to learn from him. Afterwards, we made friends. Then I learned from him the martial arts. Then I was involved with street fight. After you learn the martial art, you think I can fight five people just myself. You want to show something. But I find that
Mm.
I was in fight with three big, all bigger than me,
Mm.
and I won. But then I find actually the moment that I win, I feel horrified.
Mm.
And I realize I'm not a person who likes to fight. And of course, my master was very pissed. That was 2 years after I practiced with him.
Mm.
Then, of course, the punishment was nailing on the washing board. Do you know the washing board?
Yeah.
The board, then they have all the zigzags so they
Yeah.
can, yeah, tilt with angles on the wall. Then I
Wow.
have to nail on there for 2 hours. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Yeah.
The pain I can handle it, but the last thing I want to do is to let my master down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was the real pain. Yeah.
it was real pain.
Yeah.
And afterwards, I think not too long afterwards, one day he just came to me when we met, not came to me when we met. He
Mm.
said, "Well, for all these years I practiced, I learned, I
Mm.
taught you, and you practiced this
Mm.
energy. You can use it in both ways. One is you can use it in your martial arts, yeah,
Mhm.
and I can keep teaching you different forms. At that time, we don't have all the weapons. He taught me how to use the broom,
Mm.
how to use just simple sticks as a weapon. He can take a rope, a
Mm.
soft rope, project his chi. Then that rope can be like inflated. Then he can use the rope to stab and
Wow.
go through the watermelon.
So he was like a superhero.
Amazing. He was
Yeah.
amazing. So he said, well, you can use this energy in both ways. One is still keep doing martial art. I can teach you more. Of course, this way you're more out in the public. You know, the most successful story about this martial art practice is Jet Li, right? Jet Li. He is only 1 year older than I.
Mm-hmm.
And when he was 14, he won 5 championships in the national tournament. And then he was invited by a Hong Kong director to star in a movie called Shaolin Temple.
Oh, yeah.
Not Shaolin Temple, Shaolin Temple, the monk. And then he's the best story of
Mm,
martial arts success
mm,
story. Then he said you can use the energy to do the healing. It's more hermit.
mm.
Actually, it's more demanding because you need to 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 avoid a lot of distractions and attractions.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he was very democratic at that time. He said, think about for 2 days and then tell me which one you want me. I
Yeah.
can do either ways. Then I said, I don't want to wait. I decide now. I want to do the healing.
Wow.
Yeah, because I saw at that time he began to see some friends
Mm,
free of charge, just doing some treatment, and how grateful people was.
yeah.
So I said, I want to be like him. And
Mm,
he seemed quite satisfied, although he gave me the two choices. But I think he prefers that I choose the latter one.
that's so beautiful. It also seems like not that it was a test, but like there was this something maybe more ego driven about the martial arts choice,
Mhm.
especially at the young age that you were at, and
Yeah,
that experience of being in that street fight and then witnessing yourself through his eyes was this way that you got to see it, just to see the energy of it or something.
that's right. It feels like I have to go through this. If you just tell me you should do the healing
Yeah.
without my horrible feeling about winning the fight, but feeling, because as soon as I won, because I thought I killed that guy,
Yeah.
then the scary, overwhelming feeling that the police
Right.
would arrest me and they shot me was overpowered on me. And then I was thinking, I have no feeling of fighting at all.
Right. Wow. That was
I
an
went
important
through this kind of horrible thinking
yeah.
and experience, then choosing the healing path sounds so natural to me. Yeah. Then in 1979, he returned to the monastery because the Cultural Revolution finished. He got a telegraph and asked me to go back and reconstruct the
Mm,
monastery. So I began to visit him twice a year in my summer and winter vacation.
mm,
And then one time when I finished my junior high school, I had a long break. He went there. The second day he said, now let's do Big One. Big One is a special term meaning retreat without water, well, without food.
oh.
So he brought me to the basement of the temple,
Mm,
and of course it's dark there. It's the basement, and then I did 100 days water fast. Yeah.
wow.
The first 20 days, I have 3 jujube a day. Jujube is like Chinese days. So
Uh-huh.
one jujube for one meal.
Wow.
Yeah. After the 20th day, just water.
Mhm.
And the only light I could see was the lit incense holding in his hands when he visited me, because he visited me every day for
Mhm.
about an hour,
Mhm.
instructing me, testing my chi in the darkness with that little lit of light. So
Wow.
after when he left, he'll put that incense in a jar. Then it will keep going for another hour or so. Then it's just pitch darkness. Yeah.
Well, so were you afraid that you were going to die or you were going to go crazy or something like that? Or did you feel like because he was visiting you, he was tracking you or
Well, all experience. So for that 100 days is like life experience. Actually, a few lives experience.
mm,
Like all the feelings we have in a normal life. You have fear, you have joy. Physically, you have pain, you have itchiness, you have coldness. I experienced them all a
mm,
1,000 times stronger than in ordinary life. Yeah,
right.
that's true.
Right. With no
Normally, for sure.
distractions. No, right.
Mm. So actually, physically, the hardest thing, you know what is that? The itchiness. Yeah, pain, I'm okay. Itchiness, it feels like a million ants are biting you to your bones. until you surrender and say, okay, now I give up. I'm going to die. I die with this.
Right.
Then you begin to totally zoom out.
Mm.
Then the paradise started rising slowly.
Mm.
And at that time, you feel every tiny pore of your hair
Mm.
is filled with the joy and ecstasy. Then at that time, you begin
Wow.
to want to stay. You don't want to return. Don't want to return. Yeah, you want to keep that forever. Yeah.
Mm.
Then it begin to fade away. Then that will stop. If I'm too itchy or painful and I move my body, I'll
Mm-hmm.
be okay. But then it will come again until you really go thoroughly through. Then it will go the other feelings, other feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Then at about the 2/3 of the time,
Mm-hmm.
my breathing is getting so slow
Mm.
that I look like a dead person.
Yeah.
So slow. Like normally we have 3, 4 breaths a minute, right? What about one breath for a few hours?
Mm.
And you look like you're not breathing. Yeah. We
Right.
call it small death. Yeah, small
Small
death.
death. Uh-huh.
Mm. And then uh, if you don't have a master to help you go through this process, the small death can be a big death, right?
Right.
You go away.
So
But
there was an actual risk of death in this process.
oh yeah, it does, and it's because this very deep transformation is you're like
Mm.
totally transformed from the bottom.
Mm.
Then when you get back again, it's like totally new person,
Mm.
totally new person.
Wow.
Uh, in Yangtze River, in
Mm.
that three tiger gorge, along the cliff, there are many caves.
Mm.
It is said that caves was built by a lot of hermits. They
Mm-hmm.
want to do meditation there, but they don't want to get interrupted. Because if it is inland, you may have wolves and everything
Right.
to eat them up, right?
Ah.
So they get there, then they're not interrupted.
Mm.
So in their small death experience, some of them can go through, then they return.
Mm.
Some of them, they feel so good, they don't want to return, they just die. It's okay for them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, so when I returned back for
Mm.
8 days, my master was with me all the time,
Mm.
all the time.
Mm.
And then when I get back, I begin to feel my channel of the energy meridians are so cleared
Mm.
and so cleaned.
Mm.
Then I feel like whole body is like as light as a feather.
Wow.
Yeah. So I can uh, run between wall and wall in that little chamber, like yo-yo, and like doing the half pipe skiing.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah, so you feel light, but meanwhile feel
Mm.
strong as a tiger. Yeah, when I get
Amazing.
out, I just want to run, feel physical.
Mm.
I didn't lose too much weight, no
Mm.
food. Of course, I didn't weigh, but I don't look like bony.
Right.
Yeah, so that's amazing because we have
Mm.
special breathing one. It's called body breathing, so you can get all these nutrients from through your skin. Yeah.
Amazing.
So that's some experience of my
Mm.
100 days water fast. So after this, when I put my hands on somebody, it feels like electricity going through my finger.
Oh,
Then
wow.
I press some energy points of my patient. They feel it's like electricity shock. Yeah.
Wow.
And then of course my master at that time I was still teenager said, don't abuse it because you're still building up
Yeah.
until you're more mature. That's why I waited until I was 29. I
Ah,
began to teach in the public. Yeah.
wow.
Mm.
Amazing story. Wow.
I was,
And did you notice a fundamental difference from that experience and just from all of the years of work of like vitality in your own body or wellness, like energy, like what do you actually feel in your body day to
yeah.
day?
Well, you feel in my master's words, they say when you practice Qigong,
Mhm.
for ordinary person, you have 6 no worries. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
he's not using the term we say circulation system, blood system, or
Mhm.
digest system. Of course, we don't use that term. He says 6 no worries, no worry eating. So you
Uh-huh.
have good appetite, no matter whether food is very plain or not. You have good appetite. You eat happily.
Uh-huh.
Mm. So good digestion.
Mhm.
Of course, then the second is no worry toilet. Yeah.
Mhm.
No
Mhm.
meaning it's digested
Fermentation is
well. No, yeah, no diarrhea, no
mhm.
constipations. Yeah. And
Mhm.
no worry sleeping. So
Mhm.
you can sleep. Uh, yeah, no insomnia.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have some big work you have to do. You can stay up for 3 nights, 5 nights, no problem. Yeah.
Mm.
Then you want to compensate this sleep, you can sleep 3 days in a row. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's not easy for us to sleep long either. Yeah. You
Yeah.
sleep 2 hours, then you wake up,
Yeah.
right?
Wow.
8 hours. So, and then no worry, uh, no worry libido, no worry
Mhm.
sex. Yeah. So
Mhm.
sexual energies. Well, when we say sexual energy, is always combined with birth energy.
Mm.
So the people cultivating the beautiful chi, they can get pregnant, or their sperms can be so vital. Even if you are 100 years old, you can still have the baby.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Mm.
Amazing.
Yeah. No
Yeah.
more energy. Like anytime you need energy, you can have it on demand. Then you can shift easily. Yeah.
Mm.
Then the last one is no more emotion.
Mm.
Meaning your emotions, there's there's no conflict or fighting about emotions. Well,
Mm.
the emotion, we have fire, we have anger, we have fear, we have joy, we have a pensiveness when you're thinking too much. Uh, all this
Mhm.
actually is not bad things. Like 5 spices of a cooking.
Mm.
Uh, Nowadays people view anger or something as something bad. It's not necessarily, as long as it's in a good control. So
Mhm.
my master is very good at blending it, and then you are when you practice Qigong, overall you are a happy person. I
Yeah.
call it dynamic happiness.
Mm.
Yeah, dynamic meaning happiness is not a static state. Yeah,
Okay.
when you are hungry, a good meal make you happy. Yeah, yeah. When you're thirsty, watermelon make you happy. Yeah,
Mm.
then you have more watermelon than you suffer. So it's
Mm.
always floating around. Yeah.
Yeah.
So once you practice Qigong, that spirit happiness is there. No matter whether you are in a low condition, or bad condition, or good condition, like say, for example, you lose your job, right? Or lose your family member, for sure you are depressed.
Sure.
Yeah, but when you have good chi, it flows up very easily to move along that perfect line of your spirituality. Yeah.
Ah.
So you are
Mm.
joyful, but
Mm.
also grounded. Yeah. With
Mm.
good health, with clear mind, with loving energy.
Mm.
So we call it four golden wheels.
Mm.
Wheel of wisdom, wheel of love, wheel of vitality, then wheel of harmony for central meridian.
Mm.
Then when they are moving harmoniously, it's like you're driving a super powerful four-wheel drive. Yeah, yeah,
Right.
sandy road, muddy road,
Right. Good
slippery road.
GPS system built in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it makes me think of like I was at the bookstore yesterday and I was looking at the bookshelf in the like the personal growth section and it's just like happiness books all over, like how to be happy, the
Mhm.
science of happiness, the neuroscience of happiness, like all that stuff. Like we're in this culture, we're very obsessed with that right now. And so it's really interesting to hear how you would define happiness and how
Mhm.
it's more related to being in alignment energetically than anything outside, it sounds like.
Yeah, because happiness is not just one thing; it's
Right.
holistic of our being.
Yeah.
Then when your central meridian extended, your being there begin to exude
Mm.
beautiful energy field.
Yeah.
So the people around you, even if you don't talk with them, they are like magnetized,
Yeah.
and they feel the joyful as well. Just be around the good energy person.
Exactly. I live in Berkeley, so it's a very like kind of hippie sort of place. And like, so yeah, it's just like we can say to each other, like, oh, you have such good energy. Like, I
Yeah.
want to be near you. And yeah, I love that.
Uh-huh.
So so I'm wondering, so in the workshops that you do, like you're going to be doing at 1440,
Yeah.
what are the kinds of things people will be learning? Because of course we didn't start as a child like you, um,
Right.
and I so I just wonder what kind of practices you teach, and then what your day-to-day practice looks like now.
Okay. So I have two workshops. One is the 5-day workshop.
Yeah.
We call it the Master Key,
Mm.
Qigong Secrets for Wisdom, Love, and Vitality.
Okay.
This is also the book, name of my book.
Oh,
What I just described is called the Master Key for Happiness. Yeah. What is the Master Key? The four golden wheels.
mm-hmm.
Wheels, loving, wisdom, vitality, central meridian, harmony.
Mm.
It's the one to guarantee or to make us more in the right line. So I'm going through what we talk. Then we have different exercises. One is the four golden wheels exercise to balance off for energy centers.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have a 3 treasure standing meditation to connect with heaven chi and earth chi to power our 3 dantians.
Yeah.
And then we have a lotus meditation.
Mm.
Lotus meditation is a meditation to bring ourselves to the ocean of compassion. Yeah. Guan Yin is a Buddha of Kuan Yin. They also say, yeah, Buddha of compassion. So we're going to use images of Kuan Yin or just the light to impart different energies. It's a beautiful meditation. Then we have another practice called connecting universe to make our central meridian expand to every corner of the universe. So we are resourceful of the whole universe of Qi, backed up with tremendous power of the Qi. It's also very good to take away the shadows. The shadow, when we are haunted with shadow, even if you have very powerful Qi, but you're leading in the wrong direction, like Hitler, like in Harry Potter's Voldemort, right?
Right.
They're very powerful, but they're bringing the dark Qi, dark Qi. So connect the universe can take away that dark Qi, so you're always shining. And every now and then I'm going to do some group healing. So people they have some problems, we can do the group healing. So that's the 5 days. It's very holistic, elaborate practice to cultivate our 4 energy centers. Yeah. Then the other one, weekend workshop, we have a practice called 4 cycles to build up our guardian chi. What is guardian chi? Guardian angel, of course, but protecting chi. Chi that protecting us from invasion and also make us strong that we are not leaking some precious energy out. Yeah. So when you practice this guardian chi, it's like a bullet proof.
Yeah.
Protecting yourself. Yeah. And well, scientific term, immune system. Yeah, immune system is part of guardian chi. Of course, more than that, yeah, when you practice some certain degree, like when I practiced with master after a few months, he will grab a hammer and slam on my lower back, lower torso, and it bounced back like a tire. Yeah.
Whoa.
Then he said, your guardian chi is fine now. Then he,
Wow. Thank goodness.
then he kicked on my groin. And it
Wow.
didn't hurt me. Yeah. Of course, for this weekend, we won't be able to reach that far. But that is what we say guardian chi. Yeah. Another guardian chi is that, when one of the show we like to do before, now I don't want to do that. It's too show off.
Yeah.
That we take a walk, then put some oil and put on the fire. Afterwards, the oil bubbles.
Yeah.
Then we use bare hand. We put the coin inside. Then we use bare hand to go to the bottom of the oil, walk to take out the coin.
Yeah.
So the protection of the heat, big, yeah. Or I train some of my students to do like the beer bottle or spear against the throat. You push against the spear, then you break the spear, not your throat. All this we call the hard qigong.
Wow.
Mind blowing, yeah. So this is physical guardian chi, then immune system. Then also you are not so easily to be controlled by the others emotionally. Some people, when they're with other people, then they're very easy to follow the others' ideas.
Right.
They're not so stern, not so firm. These are all called guiding chi. Yeah,
Mm.
so you're going to practice to train this more. You're more grounded.
Mm.
Also, we have a meditation called Gong to steam your organs. Like all your organs are like a cauldron there, and
Mm.
steam to nourish your body. So every organ nourish our body differently. Like say, for example, kidneys nourish our bones, skin, and hair,
Oh.
and teeth. So when our kidney is strong, we look younger. Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm 88 years old, you know?
Yeah, you look great.
Yeah. So, so that's the kidney chi. Then the lung, the lung is good for your nose, and then so all different organs
Mm.
they benefit you different part of the body. So we're going to do the meditation to steam them, and then overall, inside out, you are a healthy, happy person. Yeah.
Amazing. So when you were so young and you were so sick and you started working with the master, did
Mhm.
you build up your guardian chi and start to heal? Is that what happened to you?
Oh, of course, yeah. Of course, uh, he he helped me without even telling me. Because one of the amazing technique he does is called 神光, like gazing light. He just gaze at you,
Mm.
then the healing starts. Yeah.
Wow.
So when we first met, he asked me, "Oh, what's your name? Why you're not going to school?" I said, "I got sick." Now I recall he looked at me for about 2 to 5 minutes without talking. Now I knew he was doing the healing.
Wow.
Then a few weeks later, I was healed, but I don't know what I didn't know because when you don't have the pain, you didn't notice that
Yeah.
until my mother asked me, because oh poor boy, how's your chest?
Yeah.
I said, I forgot I have pain. It's healed already. Yeah,
Amazing.
through my own practice, through his healing for sure.
Mm, beautiful. That's
Hmm.
really incredible. And so yeah, just to close out here. So what did your morning look like this morning? Like how do you take care of yourself?
Well, I do meditation both morning and evening. Yeah, at
Mhm.
least half an hour if
Mm.
I'm too busy. Yeah, and normally I do about 1 hour, 1.5 hour my qigong.
Mm.
And when I get up, uh, I want to be a good husband. I have wife. I don't have children. We don't want to have children. So I go and organize the dishes because
Mm.
we did a dishwasher. So I organize to wake me up and also to be a good husband. And then I begin to go
Mm.
out and do a little bit jogging,
Mm.
rope jumping for 10, 15 minutes.
Mm.
I like to have a little bit of cardio, not severely, but
Mm.
just warm up with the flow of the
Mm.
blood, because blood and chi goes together.
Yeah.
Yeah, jumping rope a little bit, and then until you feel it's a little bit slightly sweat, and
Mm.
I begin to do my moving meditation. That's the qigong movement. Various or sometimes I have a main theme for 3 months,
Mm.
or every time I just do it randomly, connect the universe, 4 golden wheels,
Mm.
12 cycles, 4 cycles, and then I come back to my meditation room here. I
Nice.
do my meditation. Yeah. So
Beautiful.
that's normally the routine, about an hour routine.
Mm.
But if sometime like I don't have anything to do for the whole morning or whole day, I may just be on my backyard for the whole morning,
Mm.
like trance.
Mm.
Yeah. So it varies because this is my life and profession. So uh,
Right.
I don't encourage every people doing me the same way, but in my workshop, I have the guidance how you can apply all this
Mm.
practice in your life.
Perfect.
30 minutes, 20 minutes, 40
Mm.
minutes, how you can make them uh, uh, organic in your life. Because
Nice.
the thing is that when you learn more, then it's like you have more books without reading. Then
Right.
if you're jogging with the energy exercises, so
Mm.
I have a good tip to tell you how to
Mm.
organize it uh, uh, in a very beautiful way. Like
Mm.
I learned more than 200 exercise from a master.
Mm.
When I say master, it's this master. and he encouraged to visit many other masters. So it's more than 200 exercises.
Wow.
And then I organize it. Then all the exercises, I touch it at least once every 2 years. Then I can teach any exercises within 2 hours. I review, then I can teach that for all this 200 exercises. So that's what I want to teach them, how to arrange this. So you're not doing the yard sale.
Yeah.
Oh,
I love it. Well, thank you so much for your time, Robert. I'm so glad
thank
you're
you,
coming to
Andrea.
1440. It's such a gift to have you, and I so appreciate your time today.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. It's such a pleasure to talk with you. Yeah.
Yeah, you
Hope to
too.
see you again.
Yeah, you too. And thank you all for listening, everyone out there on Facebook. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.